Clinton and Barack Obama have been battling for the allegiance of the women vote.
And actor Andrew Shue is a Barack Obama supporter, not a woman.
He's not a woman. That was a
But
weird
he's
segue.
also, though, a social entrepreneur. He's co-founder of the largest social network for moms.
There you go.
This is the segue.
This is the segue, yes.
And it
all makes sense now.
It's called cafemoms.com. Andrew, thanks so much for being with us. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me here.
Other than being a great soccer star in your past, you also have a long history of being involved in a lot of issues. And also, you worked with the Clintons.
Yeah.
But you come out for Barack Obama. Why?
I have an interesting perspective. Actually, Bill Clinton inspired me in 1992 to do something. And that was a different time. It was a time of renewal. And, I think it's interesting as we try to figure out who is the right person to transform our country, because I think that's literally what people are feeling is needed.
Right.
If you think what's going on around the world, you think, it's going to be 60 degrees here in New York tomorrow.
Yes.
Everybody feels that there is something going on all around the world with what's going on with the economy, with terror. It's a time for a transformative leader. And as much as I believe in the Clintons and they're incredible politicians, I think we are in a moment where we need somebody who is a reconciliator,
right.
Somebody who really can bring us together, can change the way we are viewed in the world, and I think he's really that person.
So this isn't really about you voting against the Clintons so much as just being inspired by Barack Obama and believing that it is time to vote for a change.
It is time to transform our country. I really think that is the key thing, and I think that we need to have a total view from how we are going to associate with the rest of the world. And if the rest of the world looks at us and says, you just elected a man whose father's from Kenya and his mother's from Kansas, that says everything about who we are and what we believe our role in the world can be. And I think the biggest thing, though, when everybody's trying to figure out how to make this vote, it's about how is change going to happen. It's one thing we all talk about change. We all want change. How does change happen? As you know, being there in Congress, it's a different time. It's not the LBJ time where you can just twist arms and do the horse trading. It is now a time where there's only one way major change happens. Because of the partisan divide and because of the gridlock and the way money has held the political process, if the people do not get involved, if you do not have the pressure of people, and I'm not talking about 50% of the people, 60% of the people, I'm talking about 70% of the people. That is when massive change happens. That's when all of a sudden we can really change things on global warming, on the economy, and I mean the divide in our country, the competitive nature, and you see it everywhere. You see it in people's pocketbooks, and you also see it on the Little League fields. There's a competitive nature in our society right now that is completely unhealthy. And we need somebody who actually realizes that our greatest asset is each other. And how we actually transform this country is about shared responsibility. And Democrats have to stop talking about, we need to take money from them and help do the things we want to do. You need to inspire them, the people who actually have money, to be part of the process. And I think Barack Obama is the one who actually can transform the way we actually care about each other.
And we've been talking for some time about Barack Obama, how he's different ideologically. You have the National Journal saying he's the most liberal member of the United States Senate, but nobody's talking about ideology because Barack Obama, again, seems to transcend ideology when he's talking on the campaign
We're talking about it on the
Unifying.
Republican side, and you're absolutely right. It doesn't seem to come up so much on the Democratic side as in all the discussions that we've had. And Andrew, I'm just curious because I've had family members with links to the Clintons. And you've worked with Hillary Clinton closely. You've become a personal friend of President Clinton. Was this a difficult decision? And has anyone asked you, what about loyalty? I mean, what happened here?
It's a good question. And I do have a friendship with President Clinton. But you know what? Loyalty and friendship and gender and race, these things cannot come into this decision. This is too important a decision. Abraham Lincoln said, a nation divided cannot stand. And we have been divided for too long. And unfortunately, the Clintons and what they went through in those 8 years when they were in the White House created some of that division, and we cannot have it again. We have to move on. We have to move on to a different place. It is our only hope. I'm telling you right now, this is a pivotal moment in our nation's history, and if people don't realize that, I'm telling you, you look at 60 degrees tomorrow, and that's just one thing, and then you talk about everything else from what's going on. I mean, China, the debt that we have, that China now holds, I mean, we have to transform the way we operate in the world, and we will change the face of America if we elect Barack Obama. It's a fact.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate
Andrew
you being
Shue,
here.
thank you
Greatly
for coming
appreciate
in.
it, Andrew.
Good to see you again.